Be asking the question, what is our hidden potential? In other words, during this time of reevaluation and resetting our intentions, we're looking at that subconscious skill or talent that's lying just beneath the surface that is most useful to us currently. That potential that can grow and remove those blockages that have kept us perhaps a bit stagnant. And with that, we'll jump straight to the readings and begin with Aries. Excuse me, I am still a little bit under the weather, but I am feeling better and have been wanting to do this reading for some time already. So bear with me if I get a bit scratchy or croaky. But let's get to it. What messages do the cards have for our Aries collective this new moon in Pisces? You're asking, what is our hidden potential? How can we best utilize that skill that's lying in our subconscious? How do we bring it to the surface? What messages do the cards have for our Aries collective tonight? Messages for our Aries collective. Okay, we have Temperance, which is a very good current energy to be in. Let's take that one, and then that one, and then this one. Aries, you're in a very good place where you're balancing, I'm guessing, your career and personal life here. We have Pentacles and we have Cups in the equation, and we've got some aggressive energy in the shadow, and it's almost as if it's saying to me, you need to take action where there's no reciprocation. In fact, you have to perhaps be more opinionated about things that are important to you. I'm seeing a situation where here with the Temperance, you're wanting to find a balance, you're willing to compromise, you're looking for a healthy give and take, growing and expanding, say, as I said, personally and professionally. And yet, what is causing you trouble at the moment is the reciprocal nature of the relationship that you're looking at, the situation that's important to you currently. There doesn't seem to be the give and take that you're willing to step up and do. Your hidden potential now is being more outspoken about what you actually want. There are times when we hold back what's important to us for the sake of happy relations, and yet that's really not compromise, that's just submission. With the Queen of Cups in the outcome, what I'm seeing is that when you speak up more forcefully for what you want, you bring harmony with that. It's like the Queen of Cups is somebody who obviously has a high emotional intelligence, and somebody with a high emotional intelligence knows their own value, knows the boundaries of healthy and unhealthy behavior, and then they're content with the outcome. And so what I see here is that you're willing to do the work, but you must speak up for what you want. And that is the equality of the reciprocal nature of give and take. And that will lead to a very emotionally balanced and nurturing environment. So your secret hidden potential right now is to be very proactive in how you express what you want out of the situation. And let's have a look at the energies. We have Pisces, strong Pisces Cups energy here, Cancer, Scorpio. We have our air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have strong Taurus here with the earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and we have Sagittarius energy. So the way I see it, Aries, is if you are going to get what you want, you need to be more vocal and expressive, and sometimes a little more challenging. Don't just take other people's word for it. Speak up for yourself, and most importantly, know what you stand for. And with that, we are going to move on to Taurus. Taurus, during this new moon in Pisces, what messages do the cards have for you tonight? What is the hidden potential lying just beneath the surface that you can use to your highest good, to achieve the outcomes you desire? What messages do the cards have for our Taurus collective? And we'll go for one more. What messages do the cards have for our Taurus collective? Very nice, strong energies tonight. Wow. This is very much about transition. And this phase that we're in is all about out with the old and in with the new. What I'm seeing for you here is a lot of spotlight on you, a lot of standing out of the crowd. You have a lot of admiration where you currently are. People look at you as a leadership, in a leadership role, and yet there's the sense that you need more than that. Interesting. It's almost that you don't want to be in the spotlight anymore. You don't want to be taking the leadership role. Let me have a look at this. It's almost as if you don't need the public acclamation, what is it? Acclamation to be happy. What I'm sensing here is that you are open to this change. You've been taken out of the spotlight and you're going to be taking a role more behind the scenes, and you are going to be happier with it than what you imagine. So what I'm seeing, your hidden potential right now, Taurus, and I'm also getting the strong idea that for once you are okay with a big change. Like normally Taurus especially is not very stable, and what can we say, you're not okay with change. You like things to stay the same way. And yet what I see is that there's a big change coming for you. This could be to do with work and transfer. And so from being in the spotlight, you're going to be working behind the scenes. And that might be troubling to you, but I see that we have the sun and the moon, the sun and the moon. This is transition. I think you are concerned about the change that's coming, but your hidden potential right now is that you can actually thrive behind the scenes when you are used to thriving in the spotlight. It's like you are in a position where you can see things that other people can't. And so for that reason, you're being moved to where your skills can be best utilized. And you're not going to lose anything. In fact, I see it as very promising. It might just be the space that you didn't know you needed. So your hidden strength right now is that you can take on changes when you're not used to really wanting to take on changes, and you're going to find yourself in a position where you have a little more room to explore say your leadership skills in a role where it's more advisory than, say, the team leader, the broadcaster, the manager. Okay, that's what I see for you, Taurus. That took a little bit of something to come out, but that's your message. What energies do I see here? I see Pisces again showing up. I see Leo, a strong Taurus, strong Leo, and then we have Pisces again. Strong Pisces, Leo, and strong Pisces and Leo for you, Taurus. Okay, so with the cups, we could have Scorpio and Cancer, and with the wands, we could also have Aries and Sagittarius. And that is the message I have for you, Taurus. You have the ability to take on changes and actually be happy with those changes. Okay, we're going to move on to Gemini now. Gemini, as we move into this new phase, we're asking the cards, what is our hidden potential that we can use for our highest good? What is our hidden potential? A skill that lies just beneath the surface. What messages do the cards have for Gemini tonight? What is your current hidden potential? Messages for our Gemini collective. What messages do the cards have for our Gemini collective? Okay. Very attractive energy. It's a I get what I want energy. Okay. That's a little twist at the end there. Gemini, what I'm seeing here is a struggle to build the dream. You're in this mood that you want to create, you want to bring in, you really are looking good and strong and able and quite determined. I'm looking here and I think that you're actually able to play roles. You're able to say chameleon and mirror the environment you're in. let me think about this a little before I just... Your challenge, it might even be enough money in the bank to pull something off. That might be what you're looking at, is wanting to secure the resources to get a project off the ground. And it looks like, to be honest, it looks like everything is against you. Like if you've been to the bank has said, no, you can't take out a loan or get an extension on something. Or if you went to, say, somebody you worked with in the past that's, say, willing to invest, they're just not willing to invest in you. And what I'm seeing here is that you're feeling like you're the bottom of the say priorities list for people. And so your hidden potential here there's a sense that you are going to make, you have the ability to make something look better, present it better than, say, what it is. And I'm not meaning that in like a devious way. I'm just meaning that you're seeing that the odds are stacked against you currently. And your hidden potential is that you're going to be able to, say, rearrange the picture to make it look more favorable in your direction, in order to get this project, or to get the finances that you're needing to back a project, or the resources that you're needing to back a project, because the doors are just seem to be closed. And it seems like everybody else is getting their share that is meant to go to you. And so what you're going to do is you are going to actually make things appear better than they are. Put on a brave face. It's almost like keeping everything afloat, and that is your skill right now. Your hidden potential is your ability to keep things afloat and what is it like? So that it's not like a pretense, but it's like putting up this. I've said this before. It's like if your house is on the market and it's looking a little bit shabby, like you can buy paint and give it a quick coat of paint just to make something look better than it is, until so that the appearances are give it value. So that was quite a tricky one, but I do see that doors are not opening for you. People are looking at everybody else, and they seem to be getting your share, and yet you're very strong and capable and independent. You actually don't need all the outside help, and It's like you're winging it. And that's your hidden potential right now. It's like this stamina that you didn't know that you had to keep things afloat. Let's take out one for this, the outcome. People seem to be working against you, holding funds. Perhaps that's due to you. So let's see, what is the outcome for Gemini? They're gonna hold it together with duct tape and super glue. And what will be their outcome? Expected outcome of the duct tape and super glue approach. Messages for Gemini tonight. Oh, the devil in reverse. Let me think about this. This is encouraging a new way of seeing things. Don't be stuck in there's only one way to do it, and that's that. Be open to something you may not have considered before. Don't be there's only one way and it has to be done this way. Be a little more open to how you approach this project, person, situation. You know, things don't always have to be done the same way over and over again. So that's it. I mean, be more open to new ways of doing things. Even if you have to, as I say, duct tape and super glue it together, give it a coat of paint. But don't be stuck in, it has to be done this way. And that will be your hidden potential. That is your hidden potential, to be a little more flexible, a little more open to doing things in a way that you haven't before. And that is the message I have for you, Gemini. And we are moving on to Cancer tonight. Cancer. With the new moon in Pisces. What messages do the cards have for you? What is your hidden potential that you can utilize for your highest good? Something that lies just beneath the surface that you're not really taking any consideration for right now, and maybe you shouldn't be overlooking this. And we're going to ask the cards to reveal it to us. What is your current hidden potential? Cancer. We've just got to keep checking my microphone to make sure that it is on. We are getting some challenging reads tonight, and that's a good thing. I'm seeing here the need to restore balance. Sixes are all about harmony and bringing things back and restoring them to their best say manifestation to their best point, the most peaceful and harmonious point, which we see represented in the scales there. Cancer, you are a deep person. I'm seeing here that there's a nostalgic air about you. It might be because as the old year closes and the new year is upon us, a new season, and it's usually a time for reflection. We've you know, and that's what, it's almost like you're gathering all your ducks in a row here. Once again, we are seeing the Six of Pentacles in the cross position. This is like what you're struggling with. And it's all about compromise and reciprocation and the good management of like shared resources. What I'm seeing here is somebody who is missing their other half. This is a sense of somebody having walked away and not wanted to give in the same way as that you wanted to give, and didn't see the same importance behind, say, certain actions and beliefs. This is like two people that are not on the same page. And so there's a very strong sense of betrayal here. So Cancer, I'm feeling like your hidden strength is the ability to, unfortunately, the ability to deal with a lot of pain. There's this understanding of the situation and then the processing of it, but then the realization that you, even though you're in the situation alone, it is you alone that will get you out of that mindset. So it's almost how I see it is that your hidden potential right now is your ability to actually go through the process of the pain and the grief, and to sort of journal it down and to go through it and to feel all those emotions, and then at the end of the day come out realizing that you have the potential to overcome that hurt and that betrayal, because you didn't, say, run away from it, you didn't deny it, you allowed it to play itself out. You faced it head on and you spent time with it, and that's left you in a position where you almost numb and unfazed by the series of events that led you to this. So it's like the ultimate emancipation. It's like no longer feeling the pain, being and numb, not in a negative way, but numb as in passivity, like not being affected by it. So Cancer, what I'm seeing for you is your hidden potential, is your actual ability to process your emotions logically. Process them, feel them. When I say logically, like step by step. Aquarius energy is strong. Gemini energy is strong. Taurus energy is strong, but it could be Capricorn, Virgo, and then we also have Scorpio energy. So Aries, sorry, not Aries, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, and then Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Well, Cancer, it makes sense. And that is the message I have for you tonight. Your ability is to process this. So right now, it might just be hidden because you don't feel it. You don't feel like you can. But it's a natural thing for you. So you just process through things naturally. And we are moving on to Leo. Leo. What messages do the cards have for you tonight? What is your hidden potential? What is lying just beneath the surface that you can utilize for your highest good? What messages do the cards have for the Leo collective tonight? What messages do the cards have for our Leo collective? Okay. Okay, we have the Seven of Swords in reverse. And there is one explanation for that. Leo, I think you have been through a very difficult lesson with somebody that was not honest. Somebody that made promises that they never really had an intention of keeping. In fact, they were putting forward false intentions because they wanted to get away with something. They wanted to take something that was not theirs. And interestingly enough, what I'm seeing is that you might have seen this coming. You might have actually recognized this person as being, say, of a dubious nature. What I'm seeing here is somebody that trusted their instinct. somebody that didn't just come out and just say whatever and yes or sign agreements or anything like that. I'm seeing somebody that actually calculated the risk and foresaw the plan and held back. And so I think there's a cat at the door. I'm seeing your hidden potential is actually listening to that voice inside. Listening to the voice and actually heeding the warnings. Not just shrugging it off, oh, I'm just worried, oh, it's just this. It's somebody that actually has been able to see the risk. Because this is a lesson learned here. When you trust the voice inside, that small ability, that risk assessment, that not ignoring the red flags it's awakening you to your ability to think clearly, to make sound judgment, to take the facts, go through them, and then execute it. This is somebody who has leveled up, somebody that has learned from experiences and is not making the same mistakes again. This is somebody that has the ability to say, look ahead and see the bigger picture and understand what's coming, and then therefore use their sound judgment and their ability to go within and really look at things with like a balanced perspective, not lie to themselves. Somebody who's honest with themselves and trust that gut feeling. So that's your hidden potential right now, is that it's this no nonsense analytical listening to the inner voice, like not just ignoring those red flags. That's what I'm seeing here. Somebody that actually can see things put into perspective and prevent further loss, shall we say that. Somebody who has an eye for risk assessment. You're not going to make a decision on something just because you feel forced to, or somebody is giving you false information. You're going to look into things yourself. And that leveling up is working for you. We have here Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. We have Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, and we have Virgo with the Hermit. And that's the message I have for you tonight, Leo. Using your not just your logical mind, but your gut instinct, going within and analyzing, not just lying to yourself, seeing the red flags and preventing loss. Virgo, during this new moon in Pisces, we're asking the cards, what is our current hidden potential? How can we utilize it to our highest good? What messages do the cards have for the Virgo collective tonight? What is your current hidden potential? Lots of little projects. We have the Eight of Cups. So we have some fours here. 2 fours make an 8. We have 8 to the 9. And you're very restless, Virgo. You're very restless. You are very much wanting to move in a new direction. Life is good, can't complain, but you're needing change. It's like, I haven't got it all yet. There's still so much that I want to see and do. I can't just sit here in the same place. There's very much a restless energy. There may even be a situation where you put a lot of trust, you might have invested a lot, and you just feel that you need to move away from it. You no longer see it as your sanctuary. And it seems like that's very much current time. It seems like, it would seem to me that you've just recently found out something. Some information has come in that's kind of shaken you up and made you restless, and restless because wherever you are now, you just don't feel at peace. It's like there's no, this saying comes to mind, no rest for the wicked. In other words, just work, 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 work. And that's no longer serving you. And so your hidden potential is to go within. Your hidden potential is that you can actually carve a new pathway for yourself. This is seeing things from a new perspective. This is work that you actually have to do, because until you do it, you're going to just be making the same mistakes that you have in the past. I'm getting the sense that there's this like pattern here, this loop that you're going through. There's nothing that is going to satisfy you externally. Your hidden potential now is to go within and to actually explore those areas of yourself that you've been ignoring. It's like you need to be real with yourself before you can actually feel excited about life again. Being restless and wanting to find the next exciting thing, it eventually wears thin. And here you are in your hermit energy. It's like your hidden potential now is to find yourself, is to actually, could I say, introduce yourself, to look in the mirror and say, oh, that's you. I haven't seen you for a while. Let me get to know you again. It's like you've got to do that before you can actually feel excited about life again. Just being on the go all the time, it's just busy. It's just existing. It doesn't make it more exciting just because you're busy, or you're going somewhere new, or this doesn't serve you now, so you're planning, I want to go somewhere else now because then I'll get my fix, my excitement fix. This just is boring. This isn't enough. That's the feeling I'm getting here. So if you want the excitement, if you want all that new experiences, something that satisfies, then you have to start within. And that is your potential now, is that you can really do some amazing self-discovery if you're honest with yourself. Okay, so Virgo is the main energy. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We've got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And here we've got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. That's the messages I have for you, Virgo. Look within to find yourself. Know yourself instead of looking externally to feel satisfied. Everything you actually want, you can find within. All the answers are within. All the happiness flows from within. Libra, 10 of Cups for you. Happy home, happy hearts. Happy home. Everything's coming together. Look at that. Everything's coming together for you. Gemini, Aquarius, Sagittarius energy. The Lovers. The Star. The coming together. The coming together and becoming one. Wish fulfillment. Nice, Libra. That's a nice way to start a reading. That's a nice way to start a reading. Libra, as we enter this new phase, we're asking, what is your hidden potential? What do you have lurking just below the surface that you can use for your highest good? What messages do the cards have for our Libra collective tonight? What messages do the cards have for our Libra collective? Okay, we've got quite a lot coming out here. Let's just have a look. That 10 of Cups again, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Emperor in reverse. try not to hang on too tightly. Try not to hang on too tightly to ideals. The sun. True joy. Relax in it. True joy is found in the surrender, in the trusting, not the controlling, the super controlling. Not in the super controlling of things, but in the surrender of it. Find the balance, Libra. So you are looking intently at something, withdrawing away from the crowds and going within and saying, what is it? Which direction? What is my safest bet? What I'm seeing here is like all work and no play. It's very good to, it's kind of like it's very good to want beautiful work and craftsmanship and to just keep going and trying to perfect things. But perfection is an illusion. I just want to say that for whoever needs to hear that. Your strength right now is your ability to be in the Queen of Wands energy, your ability to be very independent. It's like you don't need anybody. To attract what you want. You see, there's a lot of hard work there, a lot of repetition and the back to the grindstone, too much time there. This is completely opposite. This is, it will come. I've done the work. I've looked at the options. I've looked at the risks. I've weighed up all these factors. The mental work, the planning, the hard decisions. That's taken care of. And so your hidden potential now is to trust. If you've weighed up all the risks, you've calculated the costs, you've gone through everything with a fine-tooth comb and a magnifying glass, and then you've still got the lawyer to go through it all that's been done. Don't get bogged down in perfection. Yes, there's craftsmanship and there's putting in everything you can to the best of your ability, but then there's the delusion of perfection. And so there's this idea of kind of not overworking it. That's what I'm seeing here. Being more free to allow things to happen more naturally than forced. As I said, all work and no play. There's this dynamics of balancing, and it's in the play where you really discover by accident. You just do. You just discover. It's where you are your most creative. This is production. This is creative. And this is the reward. This is like the toast after the win. This to me is looking a lot like networking. So it's like when you allow it to happen, you know you've done the work, you understand who you are, you've got the contracts all ready. It's like now it comes in abundance. Now is the time of plenty, because your hidden potential is that you've done all the groundwork, and now you trust the harvest. It's like when you plant something, you do all the groundwork. You put the fertilizer in, you do the watering, and then you sit back and you wait for it to grow. And then one day you come along and you experience the joy of the flower blooming, or the strawberry popping out of the petals, you know. You've done the work, and now your hidden potential is in the expecting it to materialize. Okay, we have got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We've got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We've got Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and we've got Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. I'll always say the strongest energy that I feel first. So like this is us, Libra first. It's Virgo first. It's Cancer first, but then the other signs in the suit. Okay, and now we are on to Scorpio. Scorpio, during this time of the new moon in Pisces, we're asking the cards, what is our hidden potential? What is our special skill that's lying just below the surface that we can utilize for our highest good? What messages do the cards have for the Scorpio collective tonight? 5 of Swords. Win at all costs, my terms. Cutting out the past, cutting out. Very, say aggressively, no remorse. I go back to that, say that that feeling of as I said earlier, when numbness isn't always a bad thing, and passivity isn't always a bad thing. It means that we're sort of unbothered. We're not as emotionally invested, more logical. Scorpio, as we look upon the new moon in Pisces and all the changes ahead, we're asking the cards, what is our hidden potential? What is our special skill that is lying just below the surface that we can utilize for our highest purpose, our highest good. Messages do the cards have for the Scorpio collective tonight? Messages for Scorpio. Okay, we have the Fool in reverse. This could be a number of things. Let's see what the other cards hold. Interesting. Okay, straight off the bat, you might be dealing with a Capricorn here. There's a strong Capricorn energy, also Aries and Libra. Just had a little yawn there. Scorpio, you might be feeling a little risque lately, willing to just, you know, throw caution to the wind and jump in head first, but you might be making a mistake if you do such a thing, if you act without thinking. This also might be a little bit of an ego trip. You might be feeling like you know, a little bit of a I know-all energy, like I'm right. That's Capricorn energy. I'm sorry, Capricorn. But let's have a look here. I think you just maybe willing to take a risk because things around you don't seem to be moving much. So you're like impatient, like when is this going to happen? I'm actually, I could just throw away half the profit because I just want to get to the end of the line, the production line faster, for example. So I just see things are not moving fast enough for you, and you're feeling a little bit like, well, how can you push the time zone? But as we can see here, your hidden potential is that you don't really need to rush. That you can go within for as long as it takes, and you can like really go over everything. However, caution, don't overanalyze, don't overthink. So your secret ability is to do a little risk assessment. There's something that's not moving. There's a problem, there's a delay, there's a hold-up, there's a risk, or there's that type of block. There's a red flag that's popped up that everybody is wanting to say, wait, hold your horses here. And you actually have the ability to really come up with the logical step-by-step way going forward, and you know, understanding the risk, but knowing that when you actually have a solid plan, you know, things don't always go according to the plan, but when you have a solid plan, you've got direction. And that's one thing that the Knight of Pentacles is about. This guy is a solid team player. Like they go the distance, and doesn't matter how long it takes. And that's not the way you want to go about things, but you are recognizing the red flags and cautioning against jumping in. So there is a lot of caution here. There's the caution of being too reckless, and there's the caution of overthinking. I'm getting the strong feeling that things around you are moving slow, and you're impatient. But you have to remember that everything happens for a reason. I'm getting the sense that if you don't trust the process, it's very risky. So don't try and rush something. Like, live a little. Like, take a little advice from the devil there. Like, things don't always have to look perfect in order to actually be real. Strong Capricorn energy, strong Libra energy, and Aries. So a lot of earth energies here. The devil and the King, Knight of Pentacles. That could be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And let's just take out one card here for you, Scorpio. Small investment. Don't throw everything in. Okay. Also, somebody might try and sweet talk you a bit. They might even get like a little bit frisky with you. I mean, always trust your gut. There's a lot of warning here about not jumping into a situation. There's a lot of warning about think before you act. That is your current hidden potential. Take it seriously. Think before you act. There's people around you that are acting in their own best interests. There's people around you, as always, that want something from you, whatever that may be. And so tap into that hidden potential and don't just say yes. Don't be bamboozled or guilt-tripped or pressured into doing something even when you see the red flags. Just say, oh no, excuse me, I need to have my Two of Swords moment. I need to go within. I need to block everything out here and really go where I know I have all the answers. I have the answers. Nobody else has the answers for me. And that is what I have for you, Scorpio. And then that cup energy is, as I said, Cancer, Pisces. And you, Scorpio, coming in at the end there. Sagittarius. As we go into this new phase, initiated by the new moon in Pisces, what is your hidden potential? What skill do you have lying just below the surface that you can specially utilize for your own highest good? What messages do the cards have for you, Sagittarius? What messages do the cards have for Sagittarius? Nine of Pentacles, Three of Swords. A little bit of betrayal, a little bit of heartache. maybe false promises. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles too. This is a difficult spread. You know, Sagittarius, the way I see this is that you have this never say die attitude. It's like there's so many obstacles around you, and life is just really difficult and challenging. It just is. 10 of Wands in reverse is that there's just, this isn't a break and a relief from your burden. No, it's not. It's actually that the difficulties are at breaking point. You know, this is almost like on the point of giving up. Things are so challenging. I just feel like this energy is that there's just no, when it comes to dealing with the outside world, it's like there's just no breaks. It's like, it's just like the door isn't closed, it's slammed. It's just like everything is hard. So all around you struggle. This could be a situation, it could be people, it could be work, it could be family, friends. They just, you feel unsupported. You feel like you've got a lot of responsibility and you've just got to push through it. And the thing that bothers you the most is that you feel like you don't have the support. That, never mind support, that you feel like people are actually like just tripping you up all the time. But you are so steadfast and trusting in your target, what your plan is. And I kind of see it that your strength right now is the ability to push through even when it's not easy. It's like you got to push through even when you just don't have what you need in terms of you still got to build it up. You know, like the knight is still building. The king is now established. So you've, like, there's this ability to go on besides the heartache, besides the betrayal, besides the loneliness, besides the need for support when you're not getting it, and that you're surrounded by people who actually want to bring you down. They're not helping to build you. They're seemingly working against you, and yet you just have this resolve. Like, it's like almost like using the pain to cut off the attachment. You know, those moments when I can laugh now, but I wasn't laughing then, when it's like, oh, hey, well, I don't need you either. Here comes a cat. You know, like you use that pain to make you stronger. It's not an easy read, but it's what I see. People around you are not supportive. And you know, I'm learning that lesson, and I'm a Sagittarius. Like, I really had to learn. I'm still learning it, that you gotta do things by yourself. And like, honestly, this is so strong now. It's something I've been thinking about quite a lot lately. Is there's a movie with Kevin Costner, and it's actually one of his last best movies, and it's called The Field of Dreams, and it's this, the tag in it is, if you build it, they will come. So for as long as you wait for somebody to hold your hand and do it with you and invite you along, you're going to be waiting. But when you actually start building it, that is when you're going to like come across all your good opportunities. Opportunities don't like knock on a stagnant door. Opportunities are something that are born from prior action. Like, there has to be an action that initiates the opportunity, even if it just means that you stepped out your door and you said hello to your neighbor, and your neighbor said, oh hey, this is happening down the road, you can go and get free blah blah. You wouldn't have had that opportunity if you hadn't taken that action of stepping out. So I didn't remember the energies. Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini, and then we had a lot of pentacles. So it's Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. And what was the other energy? It's the chaos around you. It's the... Sorry, I can't remember that last energy. Okay, we're moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn. What messages the cards have for you this new moon in Pisces? Time of change, time of reflection and setting new intentions. We have the Nine of Wands, and I'm going to take it because it certainly did come out. Cassie's got food, so I can carry on. Oh, I think we've had this energy before, where we've had the Nine of Wands right next to the Magician. There's such a rags to riches, as I said the other day. Well, Capricorn, you know, when you want something and when something is worth it, you've got to work for it. What I see here, I think I told you this before. No, I think it was Libra. That the way they go about manifesting is the difficult way. But I'm sure I told you this also recently, Capricorn, that, you know, there's two ways of doing things. It's like really, really the slog, the hard work. And then there's sort of the way of manifestation. And I feel like around you is very promising and it's supportive, but you don't want to look at it. I see this as a very independent person that it's like they feel like there's no handouts. There's no easy way. It's just the hard way, the slog, the putting in the hours, putting in the effort. And I see somebody that's feeling very burnt out, which is natural. Like, this person has been through the hard knocks of life, and they've just reached that point where they can finally say, oh, I'm over the worst. Like, everything should start coming together now. And I think that's really, I think that's where your hidden potential right now is, that, like, where everybody else could maybe see you as being defeated and perhaps rightly so, burnt out. No handouts. The hidden potential that you have is that it's like you see the bigger picture, you see the dream, you have a vision for yourself, and it's one where you are thriving and not, it's not a burden. So I see this as your hidden potential right now is your ability to, I'm not going to say always see things as good, but your ability to see a very abundant future. What I'm seeing here is that it's like, in theory, it's almost like you believe that hard work is going to get you your answers. In theory, you believe that you've never had any lucky breaks. But within your heart, you manifest it. Like, you're able to manifest abundance. It's natural to you. You don't even know that you're doing it. So be wary of where your thoughts go. Don't allow yourself to be very critical. But I do see that this is like, even with the Magician there in your external, like, it's kind of giving me the feeling that even though it's difficult, everything you need is within reach. But still, I come to the point that you actually, currently you're doing things all by your own steam, but underneath that, you secretly and unwittingly, when I say that, I mean without even your own knowledge, you're bringing in everything that makes you happy. You are manifesting stuff. It's tangible. It's here. You use it already. And I think that's going to be a little epiphany for you. You're going to see it for yourself. You're going to realize, yes, I do have it. I do have my heart's desires. I am abundant. So, long story short there is that you've been trying to do everything by your own steam, but actually you're a natural at manifesting, and you're busy manifesting now. So become more aware of your thoughts. Watch where your thoughts go in order to really maximize that potential you have. Right, Capricorn. Oh, I forgot to tell you your energies. I think I'm a little bit tired and I'm still a little bit sick. So I can't even remember the cards now. Sun is Leo. I remember that. And then we had the Magician, that's Gemini, Libra. And then we had, every time I remember it, I go blank. And then we had the Nine of Wands, which is Sagittarius energy, so that's Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. And we'll move on to Aquarius. I'm just getting over the sniffles, and I haven't been feeling so great, and I've had a lot of brain fog and body aches, so I didn't have high hopes that this reading was going to go very easily, but I wanted to press through and do it anyway, because I haven't read consistently now, and I've missed it. And then I think about doing it, but then my body is so sore and I'm sniffing and coughing, and so this is the first time that I feel that I can actually step out. Okay, Aquarius, during this new moon in Pisces phase of re-evaluation and setting new goals, we're asking the cards, what is our hidden potential, our current hidden potential that we can utilize for our own highest good? Let's just the cards have for our Aquarius collective. Okay. Got the Hermit and the Four of Cups here. It's like bored with the status quo, bored with how things are, needing a little bit of excitement. Let's have a look at this. Aquarius. This is such an interesting spread, because it's almost like I'm seeing like you don't feel like you belong, like maybe you feel like you've been sidelined or unappreciated, but you're like feeling pretty despondent because you're like questioning your say you're questioning you're questioning whether everything you've known up until now is how can I put it, like makes you feel that that is your place where you belong. Either you feel like you're not wanted there, or you're feeling like this isn't my place anymore. But you're not being recognized in your personal areas. It's not work related. Around you, there seems to be some deception. I think it looks kind of like you feel sidelined, but it's not really that like you've been sidelined. It's just that everybody's busy with their own business. Like they are self-seeking and too busy for the community. I mean, this is somebody that is looking out for themselves. And I'm getting the feeling you don't feel welcome in the company of where you're at now. Your secret, your not secret, but your hidden potential is the ability to actually, most people need that acclamation and validation from outside, and it's almost like you're like, nah, I'll shake this dust from my sandals, and I know my worth. I know who I am and what I deserve and where I could be. You got that kind of attitude, like, doesn't matter what you all think of me. I'm pretty solid. And that leveling up is a nod from the universe. Like, I don't know if this is like, it seems to me that you're really going to benefit from that mindset. Like, it's not saying I don't need anybody, if everybody, but it's like, you know, like, let's just say you go on a date and then your companion, nothing's good enough. It's like, it doesn't matter, you will not compromise. So you're in a position where you don't need to compromise who you are to be liked. And because of that, you get, you get that, you don't need that external validation, and then, you know, there's this strength to you. So that's what I see, your hidden potential is like, you don't need external validation, you have that for yourself. And that's going to take you to that next, that higher, that place of victory. Like here, compare, this is your starting energy to there. It's like, from not being able to look up and see anything to actually appreciating everything, and from having like a very, say, barren environment to a very lush and beautiful environment where you're growing and you're building and the sun is out, you know. So that is your hidden potential, is that you don't need external validation. Like, that comes from within, and that leaves you feeling pretty darn strong. And I mean, this is somebody that lives very well. A lot of peace, and honestly, peace can be more valuable than a fat paycheck at the end of the day, because if you get the paycheck and there's no peace within, there's no peace within. Money can't buy that. Okay, Pisces. We're tuning into Pisces energy now. The star of the show. It's the closing off of your season now, Pisces. Sorry, my allergies are starting up. My nose is itchy. So I'm not going to take that as a message because I get allergies. But Pisces, we want to know your messages. We want to know, what is your hidden potential? What does the new moon have to reveal to you? Shine the spotlight on Pisces and your moon energy. What messages do the cards have for you as we approach the astrological year. We have the World card. We have the Four of Swords in reverse, the Three of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. You know, I don't mind reoccurring cards. I don't, because I believe that just as there's a collective for each sign, there's a collective for all signs. And I also believe that we go through similar energies together. And so if the similar cards come out, and the same cards come out, to me, it's not a problem at all. I've seen the way the readings have changed in the last month, and we've been from Aquarius to Pisces and now to Aries. It makes sense to me that the similar cards will show up, because we're dealing with the similar astrological developments. I mean, it's different for every single person, and so that's why we have a collective. So as I said, when the similar cards pop out, or same cards pop out, I don't mind. And the Three of Swords and the Eight of Cups have come out quite a lot tonight. Pisces, what I'm seeing here is obviously a closing of cycles, but not only that, I'm seeing that there's a situation that is not opening up to you at all. This seems to me requires closing, because I don't see any closure. I think that is the real issue, is that there's the external energies, the block seems to be a holding back. So right now, I'm seeing you ready for the closure, the fading of the old and the entering into the new. You're ready for it, and even if you have to say leave without saying goodbye, you're willing to do that. I see here somebody that can actually go through a lot of pain in order to enjoy the experiences, like not to live in the past, to say that is what happened and that is done, and now we must bring an end to it. And I feel like you want to do that, but there is no reciprocation. It's like, it's almost, I get the feeling that there's somebody that's avoiding you in order so they don't have to like come face to face with you. Like, they're cautious that you're still very angry with them. But what they don't really realize is that you actually want to just close the door and move on. And very much like Cancer, you're willing to do the work. You're willing to go within and do all the hard work and come face to face with who you are. And I just think you're not willing to deal with people who aren't. And so your secret, sorry, not secret, but your hidden potential is that when need be, you can actually be very cutting. When need be, you can actually be very standoffish. And when you need to be making a big move, you have to be that way, because otherwise your attachment wouldn't let you move on. And so what I'm seeing here is that there's a person that has learned about the importance of distance, and making hard decisions for their own better, greater good. I'm getting the distinct feeling that there's a person that might be new, but I feel like there's a person that in the past they play hot and cold on their terms and when they feel like it. And I think that for a time you were okay with that. I just feel like you're quite a free person. But even still, there's no working with some people. It's like you've turned your pain into like the way of protecting yourself by detaching, and that's not a bad thing. But there is always caution to, cutting off your feelings. Make sure that you go through the process, which you're able to. Don't take shortcuts with yourself. And we have Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Strong Libra. And we have Pisces energy for our Pisces during the new moon in Pisces. And those are the messages I have for us tonight. I was intending on just doing something, nothing too heavy, I didn't intend to do long messages. I thought we'd have been finished a long time ago, but it is what it is. And I just want to say thank you to you for joining me tonight, and I wish you beautiful new bold adventures and projects and new starts, fanning that little spark into something greater and taking that hidden potential and using it to reach your next milestone. And again, I just say thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for being supportive and for your comments and for your likes and for your interaction. I appreciate it. And I'm going to ramble a bit, but I just want to take the messages that come to me and form in my mind, and then bring them to the cards and bring messages that are helpful. And so that's what I'm going to keep pushing to do and keep working on. And I really value your company along the way. And for that, I'm truly grateful. And I hope to see you on the 20th of March with another video, because it's very exciting times, and it's very exciting times to be even just coming out of this Mercury retrograde. Maybe it wasn't the best time to start a tarot channel, but in hindsight it's quite nice to go through little bumps and blame it on retrograde. But yeah, we're heading for the new astrological year, and I'm so excited. So until next time, stay blessed, and thank you for joining me.